All right, ready?
I already record.
Okay, cool. All right, ready, bro?
Okay, let's go.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to another episode of Tequila High Club. Today is going to be fantastic. One of my best mates are on this show. We've had some crazy nights on tequila and some other things. So we're going to get into some stories later. And fun fact, we're extremely hungover because we were out last night and things escalated. So for further ado, what's up, Bisso? How are you, man?
I'm good, my bro. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here, bro. All right, so let's get into this. So we're gonna learn about you, and your journey into what you're doing now. A little bit later, you've got one of the dopest fashion brands that I know of, and I do have a couple of those shirts. Was gonna wear it today, but I've got to stick to my production line. So, so today, are you keen to? Even though we had a big night last night, are you keen to taste some tequila with me?
Yeah, sure. I mean, can't get any worse. So,
All right, so today, so this is the format of what we do. First of all, we taste the tequila because a lot of people are so used to just having shots of tequila, right?
Yeah.
And then they need a chaser. So what I want to do is show you this Herradura tequila, and we're going to taste it first, all right?
okay.
So after that, we're just going to see what flavors we have going on, and then we're going to have a shot. And then we're going to get into start talking and learning about you and everything that we're doing. And then we'll finish off with tequila and orange juice, which is my absolute favorite. So
Let's go.
let's take a sip of this, man. You can grab that glass.
All right, let's go.
Cheers, right?
Cheers.
And just let us know what you smell, what you taste. I mean, you're supposed to sip it, so not take the entire thing.
Okay. I mean, if I sipped, that would have been harder, but yeah, it's good.
This is the thing, right? Because when you sip it, you kind of need to. This is what I'm trying to do, right? With that very fact that everybody just fucking takes it down.
Yeah.
And what I want to just if you just take a little sip, and start getting used to it, and let your tongue just filter in all the flavors. So
Okay.
what you did you taste any fruits or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
This one actually this.
Maybe a little orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me give you understanding of how they make this. So this comes from American white oak barrels.
Okay.
They distill it and hold it in there for 45 days. So there's some other tequilas that we've had on the show, and they're for a lot longer, 6 months. So this is not exactly distilled a long. So you can really judge the longer a tequila sits in a barrel, it has more flavors. So this is kind of the Herradura's short production.
Okay.
So, but you can still kind of taste that citrus, right? So what they have in it, their flavors, they've got a lot of herbal stuff, citrus, and it's just they're trying to get a nice vanilla creamy body in it when you start really taking it in.
Okay.
And then it's really good as well. I mean, we all like seafood, right? So this goes really good with seafood.
Okay.
So that's another thing I know is that tequila is really paired well with certain foods. So everyone again is just so used to partying, and yeah, if you had this with some ceviche or some fish, they would actually blend in really, really well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
What out of 10? What would you give this tequila?
I give it 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Nice.
6, 7.
After that glass, actually, the softness and the aftertaste felt really, really smooth.
Yeah.
It's very hard when we're hungover, but
Yeah, it didn't feel as bad as I thought it would be, but it's kind of set me a little bit nice, after big night. So it's good for hangover. If you have a hangover, please help yourself.
okay. All right. So now that we've learned a little bit about it, also the company they've been around for quite a while. They're from 1870. They got started. So they do know how to create a nice tequila. This is just their short version. So I'm looking forward to seeing their longer age barrels,
Okay.
which are way more expensive. So, but let's now take a shot like we normally do, like we did last night,
Okay, let's go again.
and then let's figure out what Bisso is about.
All right.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Thank you. Okay.
Thank goodness for orange.
Now we're back at it.
Now we're up.
Let's go again.
Let's go. See, that was really smooth. That was really smooth.
Not bad, yeah.
Okay, so while I'm pouring us our next drink, tell everyone who you are. Like, so where are you from? And like, give us a little journey on how you ended up coming here to Bali.
So I came to Bali. I think the first time was 2000. When did we meet? It was like 2018.
I think so, yeah.
17, 18.
I think it was 17.
17.
Yeah.
So like that was the first time I came to Bali. I was just traveling. That time I was living in Malaysia. Like I was living there for like 10 years. I did my university there.
What did you study?
Electrical engineering. And then I came to Bali just for holiday. And yeah, like, so before I came to Bali, I was traveling like around Asia. Like I was going to like basically different like Asian countries for like visa runs and stuff. And as soon as I came to Bali, I kept coming back here like every like couple of months. So after I met you, I think the first time, like I was coming here just for holiday, like every 2-3 months. I would come here for like 2 weeks, 1 month sometimes. And yeah, just every time I come here, it felt more home. Last time I came was like before COVID, and it was like 2 weeks before COVID started, and then I ended up staying here. And then I was like, okay, like now I'm here. Then I wanted to do something that can keep me, like basically something that I can do from anywhere. And somehow end up starting like Blapiece. So it's been fun.
So let's rewind it back, because I mean we're gonna talk a lot about Blapiece and the fashion brand, because there's a lot going on and people involved. But like, so you were in like KL, and then you studied there. Why did you? Where were you born?
So I was born in Saudi Arabia, and like my family, they were there, and then we moved around as well, like between Saudi, went to some Egypt, went to Sudan. Not really, like maybe about 1 month I spent in my life in Sudan. And so I was living in the Middle East, and yeah, like I was adapted to like Arabic culture. And
that's why you can speak Arabic.
Yeah, exactly.
That tripped me out, bro. When I first heard you speak Arabic, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, and I was
expecting that.
I'm glad actually I can speak it, because it's a very difficult language, and it's kind of hard. Like if you don't actually speak it, like if you want to learn it, like it's kind of hard. Like, but yeah, I'm really glad they speak it, and I was able to like kind of dive into like the Arabic culture, and like basically, like they are like kind of like similar, but like they're so different.
How so?
Like even the dialect, like it's so different. Like let's say even people like, let's say from Syria, they speak different than people from like Tunisia. People from Morocco, they speak different than people from like Algeria. Like yeah, like it's so different, and like it's kind of like it's nice, you know, like it's very rich language. When you're like when you know it, like when you listen to like Arabic music, and
there's a lot of like
a lot, like yeah, like they like it, when you like listen to like, let's say, Arabic songs, and like basically the words, what they say, like they're really deep, you know, like it's nice, like it's kind of, and they're so different, like how like they put into music from country to a country, and it's fascinating. So it's really cool. I'm glad to speak it. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So then you moved.
And also my background is Muslim, like, so that I was able to like also like because the Quran and stuff and like so yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool mix.
Yeah.
So you traveled around a lot when you were younger.
Yeah.
Why did you choose? Was it like your family's decision to go to Malaysia, or like did you just look at?
No, like it's just because like it's a good education. It's like kind of good pricing points for the country. Like basically like I mean, if you compare Malaysia to Singapore, like Singapore is way more expensive, and they kind of situated in the same like I mean same location, you know, like I mean southeast of Asia, like and like Malaysia is almost as modern or like maybe even more modern than Singapore, but it's more diverse. I feel like in Malaysia, like it's a lot more people and it's bigger, and the education is good. So it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, KL and Singapore was a pretty like they're very similar, but you can get away with so much more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like KL definitely you can get. Like I mean, like it's much easier to live in KL than to live in Singapore. Like less stressful, less strict.
Yeah. Because I just got back from there because we had to go check out our tower there, and then there's some vendors from certain nightclubs that wanted to take us through a tour through their nightclubs because they want to lease out some of our floors and create a nightclub there. And it was so funny just to see how we walked in super early, just prostitutes everywhere.
We're in KL, yeah.
And they were just explaining to us on like how their whole payment system works with like government officials and police to be able to bring all these like prostitutes in and as working girls into the
yeah, it's crazy,
bro.
Yeah, like
I can't do that in Singapore.
yeah, exactly. I was surprised also like when I first got to Malaysia for the first time because like it's a Muslim country, blah blah blah, but it's just like like there's a lot of like trans, you know, like there's a lot of like I mean not just trans, like trans that like actually like sex workers, you know, like they just like in each corner like almost like the street, and it's crazy. Yeah.
So now you left there, came to Bali, and now you're working on Blapiece.
Yeah.
So what's some of the what's like, you know, your 3 favorite things about living here in Bali? Like, why is it so special? Because you're based here now.
I mean, it's okay. The good thing about Bali is like, I mean, it's a lot of good things about Bali, but like Bali is like beautiful. Like you have the beach, you have the nature, like you have the jungle, you have like the waterfalls, and you have like a lot of nice people too. And whenever you're in Bali, you kind of like you like no matter like let's say where you come from or like what kind of ego that you have, like outside of like or like wherever you are, you know, like, and you come to Bali, it's like everything is like kind of like same, you know, like everybody's the same.
Yeah.
Like flexing doesn't really work here. Like let's say driving a Lamborghini like in small Bali street makes you look stupid because it's like doesn't make sense, you know, like people don't really care here, you know, like it's just about like if you're nice, I'm nice to you, and that's all matters. And like everybody's nice here, like, and after like living here for a while, and then I went to Dubai for a week last year, and like I was seeing people like to say sometimes like they argue and like when I'm in a club or like whatsoever, and I'm like, people like why is everybody so angry, you know, why is everyone so stressed, you know, like he don't see that in Bali that much. I mean, you never actually see it. Everybody's just chill and trying to have a good time. Everybody's just so nice, you know, like even when you go to like a restaurant or like you go to a place that like where you were like like the hospitality is amazing here in Bali. Like they really know how to serve people, you know, like they're so nice, like it. And when you go to other places, okay, like they're right compared to Bali, like how like they serve you here, like they're just so nice. You feel bad for ordering because they're so nice, you know what I mean? I don't want to do nothing, like I just want you to be there, like you're so nice, you know, like But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like that's why like Bali is just nice. Like everything about it is just perfect.
How interesting that though is when we do see like a Lambo or a Porsche, like we appreciate it,
Yeah.
but we also think you're an idiot.
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't work here.
Every single person that like
it doesn't work here.
Nah.
Or like even if you were like if you have like a nice watch and you wear it, like nobody even cares. It's like nobody knows what it is.
yeah,
Like
yeah, it's like all the little Bali kids, like the expat kids.
yeah,
They all roll with like you know the fake Richard Millies and stuff. And we all look at it, we're like, "What? It's fake, bro."
yeah.
Like
I know. Like so, it's the place where like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like
as long as you're a good person,
as long as you're a good person, that's all matters. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And you can't. The thing is, like everyone asks, "Oh, what's it like living here?" And
Yeah.
they say there's two things. It's Bali either chews you up and spits you out,
Yeah.
or it brings you in and it. And
exactly.
this island doesn't tolerate like shit people and
It's like your energy has to match with the island.
Yeah.
Like somehow, otherwise you're not gonna have fun.
All right, let's sip onto this.
All right, cheers.
And then let's cheers, bro. Let's talk about Blapiece. So, what is Blapiece? And where did the idea come from?
So, like in the beginning, it was like it started as simple as like just giving my friend a hoodie, and it's George Benson, and he wore it, and then it got like a lot of people gave good reviews about the hoodie, and I was like, okay, you know what, like I think I can make a brand out of this. I never thought I would I make a fashion brand before, like because I was like I'm not a designer, like I never been to like fashion school, you know, like, and I was like thinking like, yeah, like there's millions of brands out there, and why would people want to buy my brand? You know, like I just didn't. It wasn't like something that I really wanted to do. You know, because I didn't see because I came from like engineering background. I did electrical engineering, and in university, so I graduated as an engineer, and then I worked like as biomedical engineer, and so I thought like more like for corporate life, that like what was where I was going, but I didn't like working with someone, you know.
And explain to me exactly what that role would be. Like, what do you actually like as an engineer? What do you look after?
So what I did was I was working and providing medical equipment to hospitals. So like I was like doing maintenance for like medical equipment and prepare like ambulances, you know, and like do the quality control, like all this sort of like engineering stuff. But it was more like specialized in medical equipment. So like when I started, I was like, okay, cool, like this is fun, like I'm learning new things every day. And like 2 months later, like I'm like asking, so what am I gonna learn today? They were like, oh, that's it, you learned everything. And I was like, okay, how long have you been doing this? Like 2 years, the other one like 3 years, the other one like 4 years. I was like, and you've been doing the same thing like all over again? They were like, yeah. I was like, this is not fun anymore. So I stopped doing that, and I just didn't want to work for someone. And I was like, yeah, like I don't know what it is, but one day I'm gonna do something like that's not like doing something that I don't really want to do, or like where I feel like I have a bigger potential than like what I'm doing right now. So so I somehow like I felt like the universe like led me to like come to Bali and end up starting this fashion brand. And then I was like, okay, cool, like I don't want to use like just a fashion brand, like I want to make it something different, like and kind of like where it brings more value like to people than like just merch. Like I wanted to kind of like be like, because I'm not a designer, so like I wanted to be about other designers, and like and I didn't want it to be just a fashion brand. I want it to be also about art. And so the name Blapiece is like simple. It's like la pièce in French means like the piece, that piece of like whatever piece it is, like that piece, you know, when you see a piece of art, you see like la pièce. And B stands for like black frame around the art piece. And it's like I want it to be more about art, you know, and like simple name. So And then I started doing like painting events in my villa, like where I get like a canvas. I invite like people like, because I like to host people, so people were coming over and like then
I've been wanting to do that, like, because that's like when we rock up to your house, and remember, I used to love it when you were like, oh, we'll do it on a Sunday.
yeah,
And it was kind of like everyone was either still going from the night before,
yeah,
or like people were just coming over to relax and chill. And
yeah,
we might take a little bit of mushroom or something like that. You get the creativity going. But like that was such an epic outlet because so many people can't draw shit.
yeah.
But you created such a safe space where people could just come and just draw anything.
Yeah,
Izzy would be there to like help create and put together.
yeah. Izzy was like helping with the basically like the painting game was kind of like his idea where people paint different like symbols of different like basically, let's say you have like 10 people that they never painted before, like maybe they have painted, some of them have, maybe some of them haven't, and then the game was like as simple as like each one will draw a symbol and they repeat it 5 times, like 6 times, and they go in turns, and then once the symbols like kind of filled up the canvas, then start making an artwork around it and make a painting, and it's been. And like, yeah, it's great. Like the first painting we did, it was like, we had a lot of different people. Like they were so diverse. There was like a DJ. There was a friend of mine who's like a chairman of a bank. The other one was like an influencer. There was like a YouTuber. There was like very different people from like different countries. They're so diverse, and the painting like at the end came like really nice.
I love that pink one that
oh yeah, that's one of my favorite. Yeah, so
turn that into the other idea that you had as well is doing that and then turning it into pieces of fashion, right?
Yeah, so basically the artwork then would be put into like merch, like different like pants, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, like shoes, like anything, and like for instance, this one was done by a Ukrainian artist. I just put it into a t-shirt. So
I'll get Ricky as well put up here. I'll put up the photo of the one that you gave me, the 101. This is like my favorite. And even like your other Blapiece one you gave me as well. Ricky put that up. Dude, like every single place I go, bro, I get stopped. If I'm at an event, if I'm at the fucking shops, I get stopped. They're like, dude, where'd you get that from? Like, wouldn't you like to know? I have a friend.
That's so funny. They're like, I mean, this is the thing about it, like, because I wanted to like also make it kind of loud and that stands out, like, because like other clothing, they're kind of boring, like you have like plain or you could have some with art, but not really like fully art.
Like it's like kind of
it's like not really like. So the idea, like basically what I'm trying to do is kind of bringing art to life. Like just basically like the whole movement around making the art, like putting like a soul to it, and even when you put it into clothing, you make it even shine more, like by choosing the fabric that can make it like stands out even more and makes you feel good like wearing it, because that's why you like pick some clothes up, like because you want to like stand out and you want to it's kind of a statement, so
the abstract on it is amazing, because I know, like, I mean, I love loud shirts, like I wear them, pretty much. I'm either my my wardrobe is loud shirts, black. That's it, right? But like even with your really loud shirts, different colors, pink and stuff, I've still had people when they've stopped me, they're like, I would never wear like a loud shirt or bright colors, but I would wear that. And like that's just like that's so amazing how the designs you have is,
because also like each design that actually tells a story, like so each art piece that I've like put together, but like I mean, where like basically I get people to come in together with like to make certain art pieces. All that by itself is a story, And then each of these individuals that like were involved in this art piece, they all have their own story and like a very different story from the second person next to them. So a lot of energy was put into it towards that. And like basically like to the moment that you're actually wearing it and somebody sees that art piece, it's not just like one graphic design and just put it into a t-shirt and then you just bought it like on the store. Like, no, it's like, it was like a whole process of like actually getting it to reach to that point. Like going buying the canvas and then like meeting this person, meeting that person, like who's that person, who's this person, like how did they end up going there, how they end up being there, how they collaborating that art piece. And I'm telling you, like each individual has like very different story and like have like very special thing to offer. So it's like by doing that, it's kind of trying to bring out like the best out of everybody, you know.
It has a lot of soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I like, because it does. I mean, even if you go into like, you know, high end, like,
yeah.
I mean, this is why I like this, because like the brand behind this has that kind of story, but yours is like on another level, which is sick. And if you're going to go into a clothing store and you want to, you know, pay a good amount of money for something,
Yeah.
you kind of want to feel that no one else is going to kind of have it. And
Yeah.
that's like, even though you do some stuff at, you know, mass production,
Yeah.
you still look at your creative, because you can feel the soul in every single piece of art
Yeah.
in your clothing.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like
Exactly.
that like makes you stand out.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, because you can like, yeah, like you could look at like one of the t-shirts and then find like, let's say, because in each like some of the design there you find like different symbols, right? And then each symbol represents someone, right? And each person like chose that symbol for a reason, you know, why that symbol in particular. Like there's a story behind them choosing that symbol. Maybe it's something that like they used to be comfortable drawing when they were young, because it's kind of like when I was in school and stuff, and then like basically like where like sometimes like I'm in a class where I want to kind of escape. So what I was doing, I was like drawing like something that easy for me to draw, that I know that I can draw very well and very simple for me, and kind of like was my escape from that moment to like a moment that where I can actually create whatever that I want, like where I create my reality, which is like drawing that little symbol or like that little circle or like that little like shape, you know. So that was kind of like my safe place, you know, wherever I am, you know. So, and I feel like a lot of people like actually that like a lot of people that actually painted for the brand, they actually were doing that, right? Well, because because when we ask like people to draw simple that they could repeat 5 times, like for the first time, it's like, okay, like, you know that you're not an artist, you don't want to like mess this up. So what are you gonna end up doing? Like, you're gonna draw that simple that you might be related to, like, you know, since we were young, or like it was like that your little escape moment, you know, like where you can escape for like a little like 1-2 minutes, you know. So it's nice, you know. And also, like, as I said to you, like everybody has a unique story, and that's what's like interesting about it. Making a platform for people actually to do that and to be able to escape like to the perfect reality is something that makes me really happy. And like I have really enjoyed the process of making it, because that little like 30 minutes or like 1 hour, 2 hours of people coming together and doing that, it was a place for them to feel safe, and it made me happy. So it's nice to put it even like to a platform where like it can be utilized, and for actually people to be able to like make money, like doing something that they love to do.
Yeah, explain to me more about the platform on, because I mean, yeah, like I said before, it's beautiful that you've got something that you can bring someone together.
Yeah.
And you love the journey. You love this process that you're going through, because I think that's kind of like, would you agree that other people who have other companies, that they kind of lose the passion because it might just be, themselves and that's it, and they're trying to build this thing.
Yeah.
But you, by bringing people in and allowing them to express themselves, brings some joy to you,
Yeah.
which then brings joy to building your business. Is that right?
Exactly. And also, like, the part that also so important, because like, they actually built the brand, not me, so the idea, like, when I was doing this collaborative art like events at the villa, we collaborated with like about 150 up to like 200 people, right? And you could doing it like on a weekly basis, and I think we made up to like, I think 30 art pieces, almost about 30 art pieces, so like maybe 25, I'm not quite sure. And then some of the people that actually came to the villa, and they enjoyed the process. They were like, wow, we want to take this back home, and we want to do the same thing. So I have a friend of mine, his name is Luke. He's from New Zealand, and he loves painting, and like, he saw that, like, he saw me doing it at my villa, and he came, I think like last year December. He was at my place, so like, I think in November, I'm not sure. And he was like, wow, I want to take this like back home. And then he took the same concept, like the painting game, and he brought it back home. I stopped doing it like early this year because I decided to kind of execute the brand like to the next day, and prepare like for more collaboration, that like where I'm gonna do them like outside of the villa, like where it's going to be like in conferences or
I'd like for us to do one here.
Yeah, for sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like where we can get like different people and like to come in together, not just people just come to my place. So even after I stopped doing that, like, he kept doing it in his home in New Zealand, and he created like I think about 15 art pieces, I don't know, and he collaborated with a lot of different artists like that fall in love with doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We did one also in Abu Dhabi last year. It was like, we did like a portrait. My friend was opening a gaming facility. It's called Big Sol. It was in Abu Dhabi, and he invited us to come there and to have a painting. So we had a portrait of a Emirati woman, like wearing hijab and headphones. And it was like because it was like a gaming facility, and then all the kids, like people just coming to the event, they were all like started painting like on a canvas, and I think it's about like 50 people, I guess. They're painting in like one artwork. And next day, like, I was in Dubai Mall. I was walking there, and then I saw my friend's brother, like, who came and he actually painted there, and he was buying like canvas and paintings, and like, I was like, wow, that was fast. Like, so it's nice, like, so it's like, yeah, I fell in love with painting. Just thank you. Like, now, like, this is all I want to fucking like just do, like,
yeah, that's dope.
And it was really nice, so it's like, it's good that to have like a good impact on like other people.
So having, like, let's talk about having the impact. What's the platform that you've now created? We've established, you've created something that inspires people.
Yeah.
But what's the platform built for, and like, how can people access it? Like, how does that work as an artist? Or
so basically, like, like, you could participate, and like, let's say you're an artist, right? And you want to basically showcase your artwork in some of the merch, like Blapiece is having, like some of our merch, where you could like submit your artwork and then have it basically into like a t-shirt, pants, whatsoever. And let's say if you have a community that, like, that you could sell this merch to, like, by promoting it, or like maybe promoting it through like your friends, then we take care of like all the production, like, and all the like the shipment for the product. And all you have to do is basically just push it through your community, and then you'll be able to make profit from the sales of like each merch that like put out like to your community, you know.
So you're kind of like a high end, like a high end manufacturer, but it's like, you know how you see like you can buy t-shirts, right? And that's in it, but you're like a high end fashion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly. And another like way that also you could be also like a product owner, like let's say if you have any type of product like that you're selling like online, like you say if you're doing like drop shipping, or if you have like say maybe say phone cases, and then you like one of the artwork that Blapiece has, then you could be like, yeah, like I would want to like collaborate with my product with your brand, and then choose the artwork, like we choose it together that could go well with your own product, and we just provide you the artwork, and then that's basically the collaboration. And it could bring you more publicity because we're gonna exploit put the product to our community, and we're gonna push it through our platform as well. Yeah, like that's how if you're a product owner as well. So it's not just for artists, also for like different corporates and like different communities, like with their own products. It could be anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What would you do like if someone's, because I mean it really sounds like after going from the engineering and then to where you are now, how does what's like advice to people if they aren't really happy in where they're at? Like if they're in a job that, you know, they went to university, they got a HEX debt, you know, they got university debt, like,
yeah,
that's scary, right? Because how can you, like, you have all this debt that people are used to, but then they just don't feel happy. Like, what's one way for someone to really go out and find the passion? Or not, I hate the word, I hate saying that, but like go do something that they actually want to like wake up and actually
yeah. Like, I mean, I could tell you a lot of things. I mean, like it's, but that doesn't mean like what I'm gonna say to you is gonna work for you. You know, it's worked for me like properly. Like, it might work for somebody else like in a different way. It's like when you have like a job that pays you like a monthly salary, and that you comfortable with, and that you don't want to like basically have the risk of like not being like able to like cover your expenses like end of the month, you know. And it's risky, you know, like being out there and like be like, yeah, I just want to do something that I love to do. Like,
but you can always start
like you could always start like on the side. You could start slow and stuff. But yeah, it's different from like from one to another. Like it's it could be very risky. It could be, but it's all about like is whatever you're doing. It's like there's always like joy in whatever you do, and there's always a way, and you just gotta like think about yourself first, you know, like think about like
put yourself
like
first.
Yeah, like it's at the end, you know, like life is short, you know, and like there's always a way. There's always like people around you that you could ask, or like there's always like you can just look up online different things, you know, like and yeah, but like a lot of things also, like a lot of people, they actually don't know what they actually really like to do, you know.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and like I don't think it's like this the bigger question is like what do I really want to do?
Yeah, what do you really want?
Yeah.
People don't take the time. Like I always say, just, dude, put yourself first.
Yeah.
Like even if you have a family or whatever, just put yourself first. Go like spend an hour, I don't know, walking in the streets, in the beach, like whatever, and just like take time for yourself and figure out, like,
exactly.
do you really like go fuck with what you're doing?
Yeah.
Like, are you really happy? Like, is there something else? And then take stepping stones, right?
Yeah.
Don't quit your job and then just go, oh, this is my passion, because it might not be, and you might suck at it.
Yeah.
So, and then you just lost everything.
Yeah, like I mean, also like you gotta also think about like excess potential too. Like sometimes when you want something so bad, like it just keeps running away from you,
and the universe doesn't like.
And like that's why you gotta make sure also you balance your energy like towards also even things that you really want, because yeah, if you don't, then they're just gonna keep running away from you. So it's important to like get advice, like let's say you also always gotta look at like, let's say, mentor, like people that like say you look up to, like people like that you want to achieve what they have achieved or like even more. You gotta ask for the advice, or like you gotta because also another thing, like it might work for them, it might not gonna work for you. It's like who knows, so like everybody is like they are their own products, like you yourself, you are a product. So it's about how well you sell your own, like your product to everybody, like how will you sell yourself to people, like with like whatever you do. It's like it could be anything, that you really like to do. It's just about making it the best version of who you are.
This is the reason why I do this show.
Yeah.
Like my, day to day, after real estate, like I'm busy as hell.
Yeah.
But this really makes me happy because one, I love tequila.
Yeah.
And two, I love you, right?
Yeah.
And I love having, starting this off, like I'm having a lot of my friends come in who are doing cool stuff, man. And then also to be able to extend and get that value from my special guest, to be able to share that with the world while having a glass of tequila and not being shit-faced, like out at a party.
Yeah.
Like that's really exciting to me. But I have to also, I've got the team here and we have to manage our time as well. And I can't, if I could just like do this all day and just like book,
like, I mean, but with consistency, like
exactly,
you could maybe end up doing this every day,
Yeah.
So like,
eventually,
then like when it start bringing you more value for like other things that you're doing, like you're gonna like pay more attention to it,
Yeah.
And but it's good that you found like something that you want to do, like out of passion, which is like, and you never know, like it could happen at any age, it could be like any age,
You could be 18,
like
out of be 64,
like
retire.
Yeah, exactly. Like I keep changing like my like things that I really like to do, like basically like based on like certain things, like sometimes like I want to eat butter chicken, sometimes I want to eat something else, like sometimes I want to have sushi, like
right. But if we get I'm gonna tell this story. Remember, like you took me to that Indian restaurant after we took a bunch of mushrooms like years and years ago.
Oh yeah.
I come over and you're like, bro, come over. It's like when you were staying when you were at Matthias' house, and you're like, bro, come over. I was like, dude, I got so much work. It was like 2018, I think. And I was like, bro, you're like, oh, just come. You can come here. Like we're just gonna chill in the pool. You can work. And I get there and I'm working, and then you come up like an hour later. You're like, "Oh, we just got mushrooms coming." That was one of the
that was the first mushroom trip I ever done in my life.
That was one of the funniest fucking.
Yeah, that was the first one. Like
you coming out.
I didn't realize how stupid I was acting till like end of the trip. I was like, oh my god, I was so stupid.
You coming out every time you took the toilet paper.
Yeah,
because you thought you
was walking around like the toilet paper, thinking I was pissing myself.
Dude, I never laughed so hard. Like, oh my, everyone was on the back of your bike as well. So to give context to everyone who's watching this. I went over to his house, and then we ended up taking some like mushrooms and got like, they were really good. And then I was thinking like, we're gonna stay inside, and then 30 minutes later, not an hour later, you're like, oh, we're going to Cafe Del Mar. Oh my goodness.
That was my first time there, and it was new. And I feel like I went to heaven.
Dude, when I came so wide, I was like, wow, and I met all these new people we've never met before. And I remember speaking to a guy, and I'm shaking his hand, and then everything turned into like a 3D game. And so I was speaking to him, he was pixelated, and then everything behind him was all blurred. Right, it was the most, and I'm like trying to listen to like what he's saying, and I'm like, okay, cool. Right, that was a funny. And then we finished off because we went to Finn's later as well.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to take you to this epic Indian place.
Yeah,
that was when I had the butter chicken, bro.
That was a good. That was a good butter chicken.
Yeah,
I don't see that place anymore. Like,
no, they moved, and then they through COVID, I think they lost.
They disappeared. Yeah,
it was the best Indian. Like I think people who,
and it was quite cheap for other Indian restaurants.
Really cheap. Yeah,
it was like 50K for butter chicken.
Yeah, maybe.
But now it's like 150K. I was like, wow.
And it was all the time as well. Like you go past, there's always people there.
Yeah.
Why they?
It's cute place.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
The good old days.
Mm.
So I mean, let's talk about the vision of Blapiece. Like, where are you planning to take this? You know, you've gone from engineering to this fashion brand now, and this as a designer now with no experience. So where are you going with it?
So it's going to the moon. I'm telling you. One moon. Yeah, like so I haven't launched the brand. Like I've been doing the collaborative art because the idea was to reach to 1,000 people and then launch the fashion brand and then make it like basically the first fashion brand that based on 1,000 people, that 1,000 creatives, like / artists. I wanted to do that, and but like now we get into some retails. Like we started to speak some like to retails, like getting them on board. So we're gonna have them in Paris. We're gonna have them at some shops here in Bali.
I'm gonna set you up with Eddie for Cabinet Noir, my homie back in
Australia too. So yeah, like we started bringing them into retails because I've been receiving like a lot of requests from like people to buy them, and we're gonna start with the fashion first, and then we're gonna carry on doing the art events. We have a couple of events confirmed at the moment. Like we're doing 2 in Saudi Arabia. We gonna be doing, I think, about 3 events before like end of this year. We don't know like the date yet.
Are you doing something with Bali Fashion Week?
So this is something that we're working on at the moment. But like we're speaking with different like, because we're not just doing a Bali Fashion Week, we're doing Bali Fashion Week like plus like a festival or something that people fly in to Bali for that. So getting like basically an event company on board is kind of like the next thing like on the table. So this is what we're finalizing at the moment. But yeah, like within I think the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're gonna finalize the dates of Bali Fashion Week, Bali Fashion and Art Week actually. So it definitely would be like a Blapiece event during that.
So like an Art Basel.
Yeah, like I mean, because a lot of
like
artists,
fashion and
exactly, like fashion, art, and music. So there's a lot.
I should because I know some of the creators of Art Basel. So maybe I should because imagine doing like a Bali Fashion Week / Blapiece / like Art Basel Week. You get so many because people fly all around the world. Come to
I know this is. And like, there's so much art here in Bali.
So much.
Like, there's a lot of artists.
There's so many good local artists.
So many, and there's so many, I went to this Balinese artist house in Ubud before, and he was showing me some of his art pieces. And one of the art pieces that he had, like, it's like was so much details in there. It wasn't a painting; it was more like sculpture, like and like a lot of details. And I was like, "Yeah, like how long did it take you to make this one?" He said 2 years. I was like, "Wow,
wow,
it's crazy." So like it took him 2 years to make the art piece, and there are some like that took him like 3 years, 4 years, and like so much art to show. Like just in his house, he had like nearly like 100 art pieces, and like not just any art pieces that you can get done in like 2 or 3 hours. No, like they take like a lot of hard work and like a lot of energy, and it's and so much creativity. Like the guy was super creative, and and I believe there are so many of them out there, and give them like a platform where they could showcase their artwork and most importantly, get people to be inspired by that is the most important thing. It's kind of like giving back, to to Bali and to Balinese people. You know, this is, I mean, since we have the platform, since we can like showcase it, I have a friend of mine. His name is Wes, who owns this augmented reality company. It's called Augmento.
He's an intelligent.
Yeah, it's very smart. And basically, what they do, they collaborate with. I mean, basically, they build a platform for artists to showcase their artwork. Where, like, basically, say if you have an art piece that you want to sell it, you don't just take a picture of it, but it's like kind of like a 3D picture. You take like 3 different pictures of the same art piece, and then you upload it, and then people will be able, like, through the app to come into the app and open the camera and place the art piece in the like space, and they could see it, how it's actually going to fit there, you know. And they did a lot of like, I mean, it's amazing what they have done. And it's like they have this platform for like artists, like to basically to come in and showcase their artwork. And I think also with Blapiece, what I wanted to do is kind of like collaborate with some of these local artists, some of this not just local artists, but like also artists that are based in Bali, and kind of to give the platform, because when I'm selling a t-shirt, like with the artwork, it's kind of to give exposure to the art piece. And the more people know about particular art piece, like the higher the value of the art piece in particular. Like when it goes to auctions, and like people will go, oh, I can recognize the art piece, I've seen it before, you know. So that's the idea, you know, kind of like I'm using the merch to promote for the art pieces that I have done, or like the art pieces that I'm collaborating with other artists with. So
that's I want to talk about a little bit, because I have like, that's like you're building an environment for people to have more awareness. And you can be so talented. I have so many talented friends, but the awareness for them is not there. Like a friend of mine, JC, he's going to be eventually like a Drake, right?
Yeah.
The guy is so talented. He's from Perth, absolute lord. Writes, creates, produces everything, does all his own music videos.
Yeah.
And now he's going on his first worldwide tour. So I'm trying to link him up with my boy Garrett, who's on the last show, Drake and Migos tour managers. But it's like the awareness. If he had more eyes and a place where he really could be in the right network, because that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
You're creating a space for people to have eyes on, eventually to buy, so that they can make money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I just find that there's so many talented people, but they're in the wrong environment.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think a lot of designers are definitely going to be so stoked with Blapiece and what you're doing, to be able to have the chance to have their artwork being shown to millions of people, you know?
Exactly. That's the idea. It's like to create a space for artists to showcase their artwork. And that you mentioned also music, because how I'm delivering the Blapiece work is basically by putting it into music videos and like collaborating with more artists, like singers, and like for instance, we did this video. It's called like Simulation. Like it's I wanted to create a video kind of like to deliver the brand. What is the brand about? And because we have like a digital robot, like that's basically like our model to showcase like all the artwork and like all the merchandise. So we wanted to put like the story of Blapiece kind of like into a video, like a music video, so we can collaborate even with more artists. So I have a friend of mine, like her name is Lita. When I met her, she's like, yeah, she's a model. Like she's a ballet dancer, and she can sing, and like she can dance, and she's model, and like she looks good, and like she can write as well. So I was like, yeah, like that's it. Like we gotta like definitely make a music video, and you're gonna be the star of the video. Like you have I want to show, like, because you be modeling for like years, but like no, but I mean, like, okay, your friends maybe they know that you dance and like, but not all of them know that you can sing and like you can dance and like you do all of that stuff. Like I want to show that all that, you know, and like kind of like in a video that basically to deliver the story of Blapiece. So it was very interesting, like filming that. So the story is about like her like not finding like any inspiration in her life and like waking up like in the future, and like she basically she go through her phone and she sees the robot dancing, like, and then she gets inspired by the robot dance. She orders the same outfit the robot is wearing, and then she received the outfit, and then that she dances to like a song that she wrote, you know, and it's called Simulation, and it's kind of interesting song. Like I will share the link with you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, everyone can see it down in the description.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's how we also deliver it, so we can collaborate with more artists and singers and like producers even.
Yeah, sick.
So yeah.
Well, I think we've got a lot of value on everything that you're doing today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So excited to see Blapiece really, you know, blow up and have all these 1,000 creators and everything like that.
Thank you so much.
Let's end on, so after you had a few more drinks of the tequila,
Yeah.
is it the same rating or?
No, it's actually gotten to 8 right now.
8.
Yeah.
Seven,
Now
8.
I give it 8. Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
All right, bro. Thanks again for coming.
You're welcome.
And for each and every one of you, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys go and like and subscribe. If you love tequila, write down in the comments what you love about tequila, what your favorite tequila is, and go follow my homie Bisso. Go take a look at his entire fashion brand, Blapiece, and then get involved. Go give him a shout out. But for now, adios.